So today, I don't know if I told you, I crashed my motorcycle. So I got into a motorcycle accident. So I took public transportation here today because normally I drive my motorcycle full time.
You crashed it.
Crashed it.
And I don't see any marks on you. I don't see anything.
I have the long clothes on today, and I did do a good job healing. I kind of consider myself like a Wolverine a little bit. So I healed pretty fast.
But your bike is totaled.
But the bike is totaled.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's gone. Bike is gone. Bike is in bike heaven.
I'm assuming it wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
You're somebody, because the drivers are idiots in LA.
It was completely my fault.
It was completely your fault?
Completely my fault. I was doing wheelies.
Cops showed up?
No one showed up. I laid on the ground for probably 5 to 10 minutes, just laying there in silence, just like.
And were the people, I'm assuming there was people at cafes who were watching the whole scene and didn't help out, right? They're just with their phones.
That would have been nice, but I was actually by the docks in Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sitting on the ground in Long Beach by where the ports are. And I'm on the back road, so no one goes down this road. So I'm just laying there for 10 minutes on the ground, scratched up. Honestly, I didn't even notice I had scratches until I got up because my first initial thought is okay, my head, let me feel my head to make sure I'm okay. Head was okay. I stood up and immediately, as soon as I look at my arms and my leg, pain.
Oh my God.
Pain.
Well, so this podcast almost didn't happen. I'm happy you're still here able to tell this story.
Me too.
Because it's possible that we might have not even had to reschedule.
Yeah.
You might have been it's possible that this podcast would have never happened.
Alex, I would have came. I would have came even with the scratches.
Still, you know what? At the very least, I would have brought all my gear to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we're doing this pod. You promised, man.
Yeah, I promised. I have to
and
go
you're
through.
Here. Thank you, man. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
That's what's called a professional, everybody. Somebody who had a almost near-death accident and still made the podcast because, there's priorities in life.
I heard. And this is one of them.
This is it. Podcast, because HYPNOPOD, we're about to hit 100 subscribers. So, it's a podcast you don't want to miss.
Absolutely.
Because we're coming up.
Yeah.
We've gained 40 subscribers in the last month. So
on the rise.
Pretty slowly we'll be hitting that 150 mark
150.
milestone. 100 mark. So I think you feeling it? Should we start the podcast?
Let's start. I'm feeling good. Got the coffee in.
Producers in the back. Play that intro video. All right. Thank you all for watching that really awful intro video, which I don't know if I'm ever going to have time to make a new one. I don't know if you've seen the intro video.
The intro?
We have an intro video where I'm shooting close-up shots of this table right here.
I didn't see the intro video, though.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty awful. And we're going to put it... it's going to be right there.
There.
When you watch this, you're going to be like, bro, why did you even put that on my podcast? But now it's becoming like a cult favorite, that intro.
Really?
So everybody's like, you got to put that video in there. So we're going to have to put it on yours too. Apologies in advance.
What if it's just like you don't even have the podcast and it's just the intro looping for a straight hour over
I should
and
just
over
put
again?
that, just that video on its own so that we might get 100 million views. All right. So we're going to start the podcast here. I think we're ready. Okay, let's start like this. Live, I've been wanting to do this. Live from Alex's living room. The world famous HYPNOPOD podcast studios. We're here for HYPNOPOD number 15 with my good friend, Lenny Garcia, my man from Amsterdam. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Coffee and tea cheers. And I shall take a sip also. Thank you for being here. I always thank everybody for braving LA traffic.
Of course.
Doesn't even matter if you ride or drive here, take a ride share. I always appreciate, because the only reason I'm doing this podcast is because I don't leave the house anymore.
Yeah.
and I need to have that social interaction with people. So I just invite everybody to podcast, people from my past. And you remember how we met?
Yes, I do.
A long while ago?
I do. In Amsterdam. I remember actually.
That's right. We met in Amsterdam.
Yes, I remember being out there for a music festival.
Yeah.
What was it? It was something, I can't remember the name of it, but it had something to do with pianos.
It was some Dutch word or something.
Some Dutch word. I remember having like so much trouble saying the word.
Yeah, it's like Schonenfeld.
Schonenfeld.
Something Schonenfeld Festival.
I couldn't spit enough to do it. It's like Schonenfeld, but I couldn't get it out.
Yeah, we met in Amsterdam, and that was so weird.
Was.
And then you were wearing a Lakers shirt.
I was.
I don't know why you're wearing a Lakers shirt. Are you a Laker fan?
I'm not even a Lakers fan. But
you weren't a Lakers fan, but you're wearing a Lakers shirt in Amsterdam.
I wear so much LA clothing, and I'm not even from LA.
You're not from LA. And I spotted you.
Yeah.
I spotted you. I was like, whoa, I got to go see. I saw you across the bridge and stuff. I'm like, I got to go see. He's wearing a Lakers shirt.
Yeah.
It must have been like the last thing you had. You're like, I ran out of clothes.
I had to stand out, man. I was like, I'm out of laundry. Washer's broken. LA Lakers jersey it is.
And so I spotted you. We met in Amsterdam. It was and I was like, hey, you're like, hey man, I live in LA. I was like, hey, yeah, man, I live in LA too. That's why I came up to you. Mm-hmm. Lakers are my team, and they weren't your team.
No.
Which one is your team? Let's let the everybody know.
Okay, everyone. So, as sad as it might be, I am actually a 76ers fan. So as we both know, I am from Philadelphia, kinda. So are there areas that you would say out in LA that claim to be Los Angeles but are not Los Angeles?
Yeah, we have a bunch,
right? So Same thing with Philadelphia, of course. Like we claim Philadelphia and South Jersey, but not actually from Philadelphia. But we root for all of the Philadelphia teams.
So you're from New Jersey, but near the Delaware, somewhere
near Delaware
River, and across you could throw a stone over to Philly.
You could literally you can. It's right there.
You have a chance to live in Philly or Jersey. Where would you go?
Honestly, I'm choosing Philly. Yeah. Reason being is because there's just so much more to do. So it's a up and coming city, I would say. They're building a lot out there. You have Old City, Center City, of course, and Manayunk, and there's just so many little neighborhoods. But Philly is definitely one of those cities to where you have to know where to go. It's not just like things in your face. It's a lot of dive bars. The bars smell like old wood and old people, but it's my city. I love it.
I was in Philly 3 years ago. I loved it actually because it was you could wear anything you want and go anywhere with it's really chill. Yeah, you don't have to dress up for anything. I literally wore sweatpants to all kinds of places.
Why didn't you tell me? Yeah. I thought after Amsterdam, any traveling, like we were going to go.
Yeah. I didn't know.
We talked about this.
Yeah. I was there for the lady friend.
Okay.
And I was there for a lady friend. And when did we meet? We met, what year was that?
That was back in, it was definitely pre-pandemic.
Oh yeah, it was pre-COVID.
Pre-pandemic. I think I want to say like late 2018.
Yeah. It was like 2017, 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was in Amsterdam doing my thing. I try to go there every couple of years. There's something about the city, Amsterdam.
Is it the bikes? Is it all the bikes?
It's the walking.
Kill you?
It's just the ability to just walk anywhere you want.
Yes.
And nobody flakes on you. You come from the biggest flake city, which is LA.
Of course.
The biggest flake city. And I don't blame people for being flakes in LA because it's such a huge city. Nobody wants to drive.
Right.
There's no parking. I mean, there's parking, but it's it's hard to find parking spots. You got to like valet everything. And then you understand why people are flakes.
Yeah.
But like Amsterdam, nobody flakes because like, hey, let's meet at the bar or wherever, restaurant. You just go outside and walk. You
It's
can
easy.
walk the entire city within 20 minutes.
It's easy. It's easy. And also, like, you think about it, I understand why LA is so flaky, because have you ever seen the memes for the signs in LA? It's like, okay, you can park here, but not 10 a.m. through 6 a.m. on Sunday, 3 p.m. to 8 a.m. on Saturday, and then like 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on a leap year.
Yeah.
So it's confusing.
There's like 7 signs on top of each other.
Yeah.
There's actually Los Angeles Reddit. On Reddit, there's a Los Angeles subreddit, and somebody every couple of days will post a sign going, somebody help me decipher? Can somebody help me decipher this sign? It's like 7 signs on top of each other. Then if you can park on Saturday, and it's awful. I'm sure every city has it, or no, probably not as much.
No,
especially like Santa Monica.
Santa Monica's bad.
Oh, I would never even park in Santa Monica. I'm not even taking a chance.
No, never.
Hell no.
Honestly, I don't know. I hope my license isn't suspended in Long Beach, because I have so many tickets at this point. I feel like every time I get too many tickets, I just change states. So like now I'm considering, I'm like, okay, maybe I should be a resident now in like maybe like Arizona or something, because probably gonna lose it here too. My license.
I'm it's lucky I just don't drive anymore. My car, people ask me what's my odometer. My odometer reading is like, I have a 17-year-old car right now, and it's barely hit 100,000.
Really?
Yeah, barely.
That's impressive, actually.
Yeah.
So you really don't.
I really don't drive, and I didn't even drive most of those miles. That car's been around my family and stuff. So I've only put like maybe like 5,000 miles in like 5 years.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I barely drive that thing.
So
I don't like driving anymore.
Grocery shopping. Instacart.
Yeah. I have people, I got into Instacart. I know it's like, I pay that extra $20. And on Instacart, anybody who does Instacart, they give you a stat. After you order, they'll tell you you've saved 227 hours of your life.
Interesting.
Because I've used it maybe 227 times. So it's an hour of shopping. And they give you these stats.
That is hilarious.
And I'm doing it for the stats, really, because I'm trying to be like number one, like, how many hours saved. They make it a game.
So is there a list of like people like you're number one, and like
they should? They don't have that, but they should. If they did that, I'd be number one.
That would actually be a great idea. And Instacart, if you're watching this pod right now, I mean, gem.
Yeah. Get on that. So, okay, we talked about Amsterdam. We met in Amsterdam, which is the coolest. I call you my man from Amsterdam.
Yes.
And then when I texted you, I was like, hey, Lenny, I haven't seen you in a couple of years. Yeah. And you come up here to LA a lot for, like acting gigs and stuff. And this is supposed to be the actors podcast, but we talk a little bit about acting, but I was like, hey man, that gets a little, maybe all our viewers, all our 100 subscribers are like, hey, let's talk about other things too. Acting's cool. That's why we're talking about Amsterdam. We're talking about falling off motorcycles and almost dying. What's your ride right now? So do you have a ride?
I got legs.
You got legs. So you're just taking like Ubers and Lyfts and stuff? Just
Uber and Lyfts. I got a 2-cylinder, 2 legs, and just taking Ubers and Lyfts. And honestly, taking the metro. Oh man, I don't know. Like taking the metro past like 9 p.m. I don't know if you ever.
It's a little shady.
It's shady. Shady would be a nice way. To say it. Like, it would be a nice way if it's there's just no sun. It's complete shade. It's complete darkness, man. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. And honestly, like I feel like as far as physically, I'm getting a lot of steps in. I don't have an Apple Watch, but I'm sure I at least broke the record of like steps.
Yeah, you're getting workout, man. It's good. When I'm in LA, I don't do the metros. I don't do the walking. I don't do any of that stuff. Then you go to like Europe or any other city, and you're just walking around. It's so freeing.
Yeah.
But here in LA, that's why I want to get out of the city.
Yeah.
I so want to get out of LA. I'm trying to manifest it, but there's got to be a compelling reason because my family's here and I don't want to leave my family.
Don't want to leave.
It's really because of my family. If it wasn't for my family, I love you guys. They watch my pod. My mom's my number one fan. But I stay here for them, because I'm like the male in the family.
Okay.
I'm like the guy. I'm the boy, so it's me and my 2 sisters. Otherwise, I'd be out of here, man. I'd be living in probably Berlin.
Berlin, somewhere out in Europe.
I forgot you'd been to Berlin.
I've been through Berlin on like passing.
Passing, yeah.
Yeah, but actually I've been there.
We just got an Amber Alert live, everybody. Everybody, we're getting Amber Alerts live while we're filming. All phones. I hope this is recording.
Is it? I guess we'll know in a second.
We just made podcast history, guys. We just got some kind of Amber Alert, or it might be an earthquake alert.
Oh, can you imagine if we just start shaking right now?
Yeah, it might be, because we had one of the episodes that had 3 people on.
Yeah.
And we had gotten an earthquake alert the morning of that podcast. So like 4 or 5 hours before the podcast, we talked about it. Did you get the last one? We got an earthquake alert.
I got it, but everyone was saying they felt it, and I didn't feel anything. I was sitting right there. And
it was like 7 a.m. I'm going to have to check to see if the earthquake or Amber Alert,
if it cut off.
If it cut off our recording. So we're going to go check on cameras real quick. Everybody hang out. This is raw. This is live. We can't control Amber Alerts, and I hope everybody's safe.
Man.
That was crazy. All right, everybody. We just had a HYPNOPOD first, and Lenny was here to experience it with me. We got a Amber Alert, or some kind of alert. There's an endangered. Somebody's missing. I hope everybody's okay.
Yours said endangered?
It said somebody is missing, or somebody. It said endangered adult, and it had information on them. But we had a first HYPNOPOD, yes, and we had to stop all recordings. Our phones went out except for our wide, which we'll see in the edit. Maybe I'll keep it because the audio is still running. So, well, we're alive and we're doing okay.
We're doing good.
Yeah, this was great. So where were we when we got Amber alerted?
We were just talking about you potentially, well, not potentially, you wanting to move.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to get out of LA.
Yes.
I would do anything to get out of LA.
Okay.
I want out of here. I want out of this city. You know how in The Matrix, the Agent Smith, or that main guy, the main agent, right? In the first one, he's like, I hate this place.
Yes.
The smell or whatever, right? That's how I feel about LA.
Smell.
I don't want to be here anymore, man.
Okay. Don't cry.
Help me out.
It's okay.
It's going to be okay?
It's going to be okay.
I want out of this city. Help me.
LA has that effect.
I've lived here. I was born here. So I've had enough. I've had enough LA. I'm just coming out. See, this podcast has been great because you can just say anything. You just let things out.
Yeah.
You get your feelings. See, I let it out now. I let it out into the world that I want out. Now I feel a lot better.
This is therapy.
This show should be called, this is hypnotherapy instead of HYPNOPOD.
Hypnotherapy pod. I like it.
Yeah. The HYPNOPOD therapy session.
The hip hop.
And how does that make you feel?
Honestly, it makes me feel hungry.
Should we ditch the podcast and go get some food?
Yeah, In and Out.
In and Out. Yeah, we got to close. I wish there was an In and Out closer to here, but I guess not. So, so let's go into a little bit of acting stuff, man.
Yeah,
you've been getting some good gigs around here lately, or is it tough biz?
It's been up and down, but I have been pretty busy. I did book a commercial shoot with Han. I kept saying it wrong at the shoot. Is Hyundai, because I kept saying Hyundai, and they kept correcting me. But Hyundai, I had a shoot, and it was great. I don't know if I'm allowed to say like what I did or
we have NDAs.
Things like I signed an NDA, so I won't go any further than that.
That's the car, right? Hyundai, the car
brand. So I won't go any further than that. I don't want to get sued today.
Yeah,
but it was good. I'm booking. Yeah. I'm keeping busy and keeping the rent paid. And I haven't got kicked out.
Yeah, so. They love you, man. You're a likable person.
Thank you.
That's why I called you on the pod. Yeah. I only call people that are chill and cool.
Man.
That tells anybody who's on this show is chill. You watch any episode, everybody's chill. because I only hang out with chill people. I only know chill people.
Right.
I only gravitate toward positive, good energy people. So anybody who makes it on this pod, just letting you guys know you're here because of a reason. You made some kind of impact on my life, and I thought you were chill enough for this pod. So it's a huge accomplishment.
That's hitting right here.
All our subscribers
right
are loving. But yeah, you're chill, man. Hey, anybody who would go to Amsterdam, who would go to Amsterdam, and you've lived there, you experience it, it changes you as a person.
You got to be chill.
Yeah, you got to be. There's nobody that's not chill. You're in Amsterdam, something happens.
Yeah.
And nobody, until you go there, you don't know it. You don't understand what it is. You think of all the deep underbelly stuff that goes on, underground stuff that goes on.
Right.
But it's a romantic city.
It is. I didn't honestly, when I flew in at first, I'll be honest, I was pissed. I was pissed. So when we flew in, we were supposed to go, I think originally to an island. And I'm like, okay, we're going to an island, sunshine, rainbows, sunshine. And I'm like, this is going to be relaxing, coconuts. I'm going to get some mango. And then my friend convinces me on Amsterdam. So I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. Never been to Europe. Let's do it. So we get to Amsterdam. It's pouring when we get off the plane. Yeah. I'm like, this looks like New York. We just left JFK, to get there after an 8 or 9 hour flight. And I'm just like, did we just leave New York to come to New York?
Yeah.
So we get off the plane. I'm like, it took me a little while, but after a few hours, once we started to explore the city and try some of the foods, I was like, you know what? This is a cool city.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
And it does, if I had to say one little negative thing about Amsterdam, it does have a little bit too much rain for my taste.
A lot of rain.
Yeah. And then you have the snow, the months of snow. Like summertime probably is the best, avoid that.
I haven't been there in the snow. When does that usually, is it the same time as?
Yeah, it's Christmassy time from late December till there's a lot of snow. It's fun when it's snowing. It's fun.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that bad snow. Sometimes there'll be barely any, but there's a good amount of snow. And it's beautiful it's even more beautiful when it's snowing.
Now, I don't recall, but is Amsterdam a good place to do winter sports?
No, it's the flattest.
It's just flat,
it's
right?
It's flat.
Okay.
There's 0 mountains. There's nothing.
Nothing. So it's just like New Jersey.
Yeah, you can slide, you can run and just slide, on the street.
And just
cobblestones and stuff, kill yourself. I always get sidetracked, but I do want to say congrats on that Hyundai shoot.
Thank you.
We're going to be watching out for it. And commercials are big.
Yes.
Commercials, okay, people don't know the real money's in the commercials.
That's what I keep saying.
That's where I just gave away your secret.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to have a bunch of competition now.
Yeah. Luckily, nobody's watching. Nobody watches this podcast. So not this one, but the whole series. I'm going to say nobody. Everybody's watching it. All our videos get 1 million views. So
everyone who's anyone is watching
it. The cool people only watch the HYPNOPOD.
Right.
But yeah, the money is really in those commercials because you hit one of those. I've had like a lot of friends I know who have made just one commercial, and I see those checks.
Mm-hmm.
I see those checks coming. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Banking. And
sometimes they're like, hey man, can I use your house address?
Yeah.
And can I get my, because I'm moving right now. I just need a place.
Oh,
and so I'm seeing, I'm not opening the checks. I'm not opening the envelope or anything. Yes. But when I see like 15 checks in like a 3-month period or whatever, 6-month period, I'm like, oh, you're getting paid, bro. And then I see I see the commercial playing all the time.
Yeah. And keep residuals. I'm
like, get me in on those commercials, man.
Yeah. Have you done one?
No. I've never acted or anything ever.
No.
I didn't have the face for it. I never thought I had the face for it.
Why do you say that?
I just never thought. Now I do. Now I'm podcasting it. Until a month ago, I never did anything on camera.
You just woke up one day and was like,
yeah. I said, I don't want to regret not ever doing it. At the very least, podcast. I could do it out of my house. Right. I control the cameras. I control the edit. I control the audio. I said I could do this.
Okay.
But I never wanted to get into acting. I wish I did, but because I feel like I'm a good actor.
This is a great gateway.
Yeah.
Today you could be podcast. Tomorrow you could be Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Driving dirt bikes off of cliffs.
Yeah. So you never know. So, hey, casting agents, maybe I'll do it. Maybe not.
I'm rooting for you.
I just want to get a commercial.
Just one. Honestly, commercials are the way to go. Because I'm like, I have a terrible memory.
Oh yeah, to remember lines.
Yeah, I can't remember lines. I had booked a shoot, and it was on a Tuesday. I booked it. It was in San Diego, and they were like, "We have 7 pages of lines, and if you can remember these lines, we'll give you, we'll pay you $1,000 for the shoot, but it's a live show. So if you mess up and ruin our show, we're not going to pay you." And I was like, so if I come drive 2 hours to San Diego through that San Diego traffic, get on stage, completely embarrass myself in front of all these people, you're not going to pay me, and then I have to drive home with my tail between my legs. I was like, I don't think so. So I didn't end up doing it, but I don't know. How's your memory? You think you could?
If I practice enough, okay. So when it comes to remembering lines and stuff, I'll go tunnel vision, and I will prepare, and I'll remember it because I love rehearsing because I write a lot, like screenplays, just for fun. I do spec scripts, and I act out all the scenes before I put them on paper. And I feel like a lot of screenwriters don't do that. Yeah, let's get that as close as possible to you. Yeah, right better. There. Yeah, and so I'll sit there in this room, and before I put anything on paper, before I go into this, write the lines for a character, I'll act it out, and I'll make sure it's something that comes out naturally. So I'll have a conversation with the 2 people in the screenplay, and I'll act it out like, "Hey, Joey, that thing you said about my mom last week, that's not cool.
That's not cool, Joey."
And I'll sit in the other person's position. "Hey, look, man, it just came out. So I'll act it out, and I'll do these huge scenes back and forth, and I'll make sure that it's something that's natural. A lot of people won't do this. I'll read a lot of scripts, and I'll say, that doesn't sound like a normal human conversation, because a lot of people will go into their screenplay, so they'll write the character, "Hey, your mom is, I didn't like what you said about my mom. I'm sorry, Dave. It won't happen again. Okay, but don't let it happen again, because act it out." I always read these scripts, and I go, and I can always read scripts where the person did that, where they actually went out there and said, "Okay, this is actual human. This is how humans talk."
Right.
And then comparatively, there's people who will write screenplays where they just won't even worry about that. And you've read screenplays, right? Where you go,
of course,
this doesn't sound right.
Right.
And you want to go to the director and write, "Hey, can I change this around a little bit?" And they're like, "No, you got to do it exactly like this." So you could tell, right? You've read multiple screenplays, so when the writer actually knows how to write. Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Now, I heard some voiceovers in there. You even kind of did an Italian accent. And that's one thing, growing up in New Jersey, I know a good Italian accent. And you said, "Hey, Joey. Hey, Joey, get over here."
Hey.
It was pretty good for LA guy.
It's pretty good, Hey, Tony, get out of here. I got to do what I got to do.
What's the matter for you?
Because you watch all the Italian mobster movies.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, what are you doing? What did I tell you? What are you doing? Did I tell you to go over there?
That's actually pretty good. So a lot of my best friends growing up are Italian, so I can tell you, I got an ear for it, and that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, we even, I saw you, I actually happened to see, remember that one time I saw you at the recording studio?
Yeah,
I just happened to bump into you.
you did.
Like, was it like 2 years ago?
That was about
You were doing a
2 years.
voiceover?
I was doing a
work?
voiceover for which cartoon was that? It was some like new cartoon. I don't know. It was kind of like it was a little strange. I didn't really know what I was doing until I got there. I remember, but I remember bumping into you there. It was such a shocker.
I was doing post sound.
You were doing post sound that day?
I was doing post sound on a short, and I was in the same studio. And then I was like, wait, what do you think?
Wait, did you do post sound on that cartoon?
No, not on the cartoon.
Not on the cartoon?
No, it was the one next to it. The sound. Yeah, it was another studio. You were in, I think I don't know, like Price something studio, and there was like 2 doors down. And I was going to the cafeteria or something. That's when we bumped. I don't have anything to do with that. The one you were doing. Yeah, I wish. That sounded cool.
Oh, I remember that because that cafeteria actually, that was the first set that I think I had an ahi tuna stack. Oh. And I was like, man, like this is life.
Yeah,
this is the life.
That place is cool.
Yeah,
it's like a Burbank, like weirdest part of Burbank or something.
Burbank, yeah. Like, Burbank. Oh yeah. It was right near. I think it was
like railroad tracks and stuff.
I remember getting stuck in like Eagle Rock.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there. I always get that side of LA.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't drive a lot, man. So
how'd you get there that day?
I think my buddy who's working on that movie. We carpooled, yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. My buddy loves driving. I don't like driving, so he always we drive around. So that we were working on that project together. So he's like, I'll pick you up. I was like, oh, thanks.
That's a good friend to have.
Yeah. Yeah. Drive you around LA. Hey, that's when you know you have a good friend. It's like they'll drive you around. You find a good friend will take you to the airport. That's somebody.
That's a soulmate. That's a soulmate. Anyone willing to get out of their bed and drive in LA. Yeah. Is someone worth keeping around because, whoo, I tell you.
Oh, God.
I tell you, man. And driving a motorcycle, honestly, driving a motorcycle saves you so much time in LA. I think everyone should drive a motorcycle. Yeah. It saves you man, I would honestly get up an hour later for some sets. I would wait until my GPS says I'm going to be an hour late, and I'll still get there on time. It's crazy.
Okay, so if everybody's riding a motorcycle, would there still be lane splitting? No. So everybody be late. Every motorcycle would be trying to lane split each other.
You got a point. Then I wouldn't feel cool anymore.
It's who would I cut off? Yeah, California is the only state that allows lane splitting, I believe.
No.
Is there more?
There's Delaware.
Okay. Oh, I want to learn these things.
Delaware, which is really weird because Delaware has nothing else but lane splitting.
Yeah. It makes sense.
There's no malls. I feel like there's no good beaches. Sorry to anyone from Delaware watching the pod, but I was really shocked because that's 20 minutes from where I grew up. So I'm like, man, if I move back home, I honestly, you know how you have those deal breakers? It's like, okay, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go back home because, I want to make sure I have this or that. I want to make sure, I don't have palm trees at home. I don't have mountains at home. But me, I'm like, no, I need lane splitting. Yeah. That was my deal breaker. And I'm like, okay, so Delaware, I guess that's a close second. So
yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah. I can't imagine riding a motorcycle, not being able to go between cars. Yeah. What's the point? I'll just buy a car.
Exactly. If I'll buy one of those slingshots. The little slingshots. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I never understood the point of those. I'm like, this is like a car, but it's a convertible. That's a convertible all the time. You can't even close the roof.
You see them around LA once in a while. You're like, yeah. What's going on here?
Exactly. How's those bugs hitting your face? Yeah. When you're driving. Man, have you ever drove a motorcycle?
Just a scooter.
Like a Vespa?
Vespa.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I love my Vespa. It wasn't a Vespa. It was like a Chinese knockoff, but I love that thing.
Chinese, what was it called?
It didn't even have a name. It was meant for companies in the United States to bring them in and rename them or however they want. And I found the distributor. I went to the distributors and he sold it. They're supposed to be $2,000 and he sold it to me for $650.
For $650.
Yeah.
$650.
Yeah, $650. And it broke down on me pretty fast, but I got some good mileage on it. After a couple, like 1,000, 3,000, 2,000 miles on it, it broke down forever. And I said, and then it rotted out.
That's not a lot of miles.
No.
That's not.
It was good because I'd go to like Larchmont over here and back, Hollywood up. I'd only go like a mile or two here and there. I love that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I don't remember you having that in Amsterdam. Did you get that later?
No, I had that way before. I had it in 2000.
Oh.
I got it in 2010.
Yeah.
And by 2015, it was gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I don't want to sound bad saying this, but Chinese brand vehicles are always the worst when it comes to like motorsports, like motorcycles, Vespas. I actually had a Chinese brand bike. It was called a CF Moto, and they don't last long.
No.
The Japanese bikes are the best.
Yeah.
But Chinese bikes, they don't last very long.
Yeah. I took my my Chinese scooter to a motorcycle spot, and before I even took the scooter in, there was a huge sign that said, "We do not fix Chinese scooters." A big sign, literal for me.
Specifically just Chinese scooters.
Yeah.
Wow, that seems a little, I don't know.
It was harsh.
Yeah, that's pretty harsh. I mean, like any Chinese scooter. It doesn't matter what the brand is.
They had it made too. Like they literally went out of their way to make this professional sign that said that.
We don't fix Chinese scooters here.
Yeah. So.
That's how you know it's really bad.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Honestly, my bike, I can only find like 2 mechanics that will fix it. I know 2 in LA that will fix it. And if one is busy, I'm pretty much screwed.
Yeah. So let's see. Getting back to, we talked a little bit about acting. You're an actor, but you're also a pretty darn good musician.
Yes.
Which is another thing we bonded over. You're telling me you pretty decent pianist.
Yes. Pianist. It's hard to say that word without going down the wrong way.
YouTube's gonna censor that. They're gonna be like, beep, beep, beep. No ad money for you.
Wait, what did he say?
Yeah. So you're pretty accomplished. You've been playing for a while?
Yes, I've been playing 13 years or 15 years. I lost count.
15 years.
Yes.
You're pretty good. What's your favorite? What do you like to play? Like, what's your...
So my favorite, I'll go back to my first concert. So I played Für Elise by Beethoven. And sometimes I like to also I like to call myself Beethoven, but not the same spelling. I like to say like B-A-E. Like Beethoven.
Yeah, Beethoven.
Yes. So been playing for about 15 years. And I mean, I love it. It's like the backbone to music, you know. And we have so many similarities. We both play like most of the same instruments, which I thought was like crazy when we met.
Yeah. Yeah. You, it all started because you were wearing that Lakers shirt.
The Lakers shirt.
And you're like, I'm not a Lakers. You told me like literally, I was like, hey man, I'm from LA. You're like, I'm from LA too, but I'm not a Lakers fan.
Yes.
I was like, hey man, it's okay. You're still repping the colors. I've actually worn a Philadelphia 76ers song. I'm a Philly fan, so I even know the song.
What song?
Everybody getting together, 76ers. You guys have a song.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
I thought you were going to sing the Eagles song. Then I was really going to be like,
we're going to talk about the Eagles too.
Okay.
The Sixers. Sixers, when I was in Philly, like, anytime I go to the city, I'm like, I'll buy a t-shirt of the team.
Right.
So I actually wore a 76ers shirt for a little bit while I was there. But I'm not a Sixers fan necessarily, but I know the song. Everybody come together, 76 or something like that, right? It's really cool. It's anybody look it up. It's like a 76er song. It's really cool. It's like got a 70s vibe to it.
I've definitely heard it, but I don't follow basketball enough to know.
You're more of the Eagles fan.
More Eagles. You asked me any Eagles song? I know the song.
Oh, the Eagles. So I haven't been keeping up with football. I had another one of my buddies here. Fred was here a couple episodes ago. We talked a little football. He's a Raiders fan. Oh, I'm a Rams guy. I'm a Rams guy, and Rams are going all the way. By the way, I know we stick right now. But we're taking it this year. Everybody, I'm making a bold prediction.
That's a great prediction. Just don't put any money on
No
it.
money,
That's
no
it.
money. Yeah, no, I
on
don't do
it.
the betting stuff. But the Eagles, how are the Eagles doing? Are they kicking butt?
We're doing pretty good. We had a tough loss to the Falcons, which I thought was pretty bad because that's a game we should have won. We always lose the ones we should win and win the ones we should lose. But Philly is just one of those gritty teams. You ever see the movie Invincible with Vince Papale?
Probably. I don't remember. Maybe.
Yeah,
I'll say maybe.
So pretty much he's like this local, Philadelphian who I forget exactly where he worked, but he went on as like a walk-on and ended up making a team and made an impact, on the Eagles. And the craziest part is he actually coached the Little League team right next to my high school. So I'd see him every day. So if you get a chance to watch that movie, it's a great movie. And it's like Philadelphia in a nutshell.
It's the one where Mr. Glass, or are you talking about Shyamalan Invincible? Is there? Oh no, that's Unbreakable. Okay.
Yes,
it's a different
yes.
movie. Okay, yeah.
Different movie, entirely different
Invincible. I feel like I've seen it. At the very least, I've heard of it. I'm pretty sure I've probably seen it.
Probably
like
seen
my memory is really crappy.
Well, you know how these phones work. Everything's going to pop up as soon as I leave today. You're going to get a million ads now.
Yeah, it's going to be like
Invincible.
Philly movies. Philly movie. So if you put it, okay, I probably can't name one Philly football player, honestly. Okay,
No.
I'm going to try to, if I rack my brain, I probably could. Wide receiver. This one should be easy. This one I should be able to get.
At least one.
Give me what is his name start? The main wide receiver.
The main wide receiver?
What's the first letter?
S. He has probably the most common last name in the history of last names.
Smith.
Yes.
That's his last name.
That's his last name.
What does his first name start with?
Starts with a D.
Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith?
Devonta. It's everyone always says Devontae.
It's Devonta. He has an A at the end.
Devonta.
Yes. I got there. See, I got this. See, I know my stuff. Devonta. The quarterback starts with a J.
J. Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Justin.
Not Justin.
J.
You're thinking of Justin Fields, probably.
JS. I'm seeing JS. J. His last name starts with an S.
So think like you're in a boxing ring. You just got hit. Pow. You wake up in the morning. You're in pain.
Knockout.
That was a crazy analogy.
Strike.
No, but that would be a very cool last name, actually.
I'm seeing an S.
I think it rhymes with clerks. Is that a?
Oh, my God. I should know it. It starts
It
with
rhymes with dirt.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's coming.
I'm going to need Jeremy Silks. I'm not going to get it. Okay, what's the first name?
Jalen.
Jalen sucks.
Jalen sucks.
Jalen,
my God.
No, I said Suds.
Jalen sucks. Jalen hurts.
Jalen hurts. Oh.
When he watches this podcast, and he will.
Yeah, he will. He's going to
remember that.
Jalen
hurts.
I did say J.
Jay, you did say Jay. You started off strong, and then somehow it just went.
And I saw an S in the last name. Hurts S.
That's because we started with Devonta Smith.
Yeah, at least I got Devontae. I feel like not so bad.
That was a tough one.
So are the Eagles going to go all the way or no?
I think so. But as a Philly fan, we always believe that. And honestly, we just hold tight onto like that Super Bowl we had back in like 18. And that was such a wild night being in Philadelphia. It was insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. I don't know if you saw like any of the videos from that night, but people were completely destroying the city. I mean, I was present for people throwing bikes in the city hall. I've seen people rip streetlights out the ground, and I'm like, how are you ripping streetlights out of the ground? What kind of strength, what kind of alcohol are you drinking to be able to rip a streetlight out the ground? These are like heavy duty bolts.
sports fans are a little bit too fanatic. I know it comes from fanatic, but come on.
Yes.
I ain't doing a Lakers win. I'm not going to be doing. I'm just going to be like, hey, cool. I'm done.
Yeah. Lakers win. It's like, okay, woo. All right, let's go home.
Yeah.
Deal with traffic.
Yeah. Oh, let's pull this down just a little bit. So that we get just down like, yeah, bring her down. There you go. Yeah, right there. It's perfect. Yeah.
All right.
That should be good. So now my cat has come into the house, but he might say hello to us. He might not. What should we move on to? So we talked a little bit about music. You played piano. You played a little bit. I know you dabble in a little bit of guitar and bass.
A little bit of guitar and bass. Dabble in there, but mostly piano and guitar. So one thing I will mention is, I grew up as a musician, but just recently I kind of started to transition over to vocals and the production side. So I've been working on some songs that I would say have gotten a little bit of traction, and they seem to be doing well. It's a long way to go, and it's a lot to keep up with promotion materials and things of that nature. But I've been getting into the vocal side, and it's been really good.
You got anything on Spotify?
I do.
You do?
I do. I have.
Let's pimp it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna plaster it right here.
Oh, please do. I have my latest release is called One Too Many. So it's an R&B song. It's pretty much about one too many times I told myself, I couldn't do it, or one too many times that I've given up. And it's pretty much a story about myself for self-improvement. And in the song, I say, one too many times I know, and I've said it all before. Now I'm breaking down like, where do I go? I don't know. And then I said, when you look at yourself, do you like what you see? You're a walking reflection of imperfect perfection. Your beauty runs deep. So it's a love story, essentially, to yourself.
It's beautiful. How come you never told me about this, man?
I don't know.
Why are you holding out?
I hold that one deep down. I hold it deep down.
I find you're a very humble person. You don't want to like show off.
Yes.
You're not a show-offy person. I've found that about you. You don't want to be like talking about, oh, I did this, I did that. I did this, I did that, I did this. Oh, check out which is cool. It's better to like hold back sometimes, because then I just found out about this now. I knew you did some music. I didn't know you were actually putting the songs out and stuff.
Yes.
That's huge.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to, we're going to put all your info on there because I want.
I would be completely
My
grateful.
Man from Amsterdam is going to be the name of the pod.
That might be the next song, to be honest.
You could use it,
Yeah.
I don't think that Quentin Tarantino has any rights to that.
No. No.
He's gonna be like, he's gonna sue this pod. Quentin's gonna be like, I own that same My Man from Amsterdam.
That would be a great way to blow up, though.
Yeah.
Being sued. I feel like that's how a lot of artists now are trying to make their way up.
I created that thing. Okay, you're not going to be able to use My Man from Amsterdam. I used that in my movie. Okay, and I worked hard to write that line. Okay, and
do I do a good Quentin?
That was actually really good.
Yeah, because when I write, okay, so your job as a director is to go out there and find good people to tell your story. Your job isn't there to know how to frame a scene, okay?
Definitely going to sue you.
Or write a screenplay.
I'm definitely suing you now.
He's suing me. Oh yeah. Hey, Quentin, I'm sorry, man. I think you have a very cool style of talking.
That was so good. I think you might even say it was plagiarized. Is that the correct word?
Yeah. I'm going to get sued so bad.
Yeah.
This podcast is going to be over. How does it feel like to be on the last podcast on HYPNOPOD?
Honestly, it's an honor.
Yeah.
If we're going down,
this
is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Coffee in hand.
Earl Grey tea, baby.
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey. Yours is tea?
This is actually black coffee.
It's black straight.
Just straight out.
Black,
I heard it puts hair on your chest, so I still haven't gotten any yet.
I spray Rogaine on my chest.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Because
I wonder if that'll work though.
I've heard some pretty bad things about Rogaine and it like messing with your heart. So I'm like,
yeah, don't spray it near there.
On your chest?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Your heart will probably be.
I wonder. I'm sure people do that though. They want like a hairy chest. Me, I'm Armenian. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. I'm like, Rogaine on the chest? Man, that just seems like, honestly, I'm just going to go to Turkey and just get chest implants.
Yeah. Just like implant that. So yeah, Turkey.
That didn't sound right. I mean, chest hair implants.
Chest hair implants,
Yes.
Yeah. Another thing I remember that you were telling me, and I didn't know this. Well, when you told me, I was like, I know you're cool because one of your favorite movies. See, I remember conversations we had. You told me this in Amsterdam. You love the same movie that I love.
Yes.
And I'm not going to tell you, I know what movie it is. And it is...
Trying to see if you can remember it, but I'll tell you.
Yes.
So we were actually talking about Triple X.
Yeah.
Because
Vin Diesel, Triple X?
Vin Diesel, yes. Because we said it was filmed and like, I forget where it was filmed. See, that's that memory I was talking about.
The memory goes.
But it was filmed. It was just honestly like a phenomenal film, just action wise. I mean, Vin Diesel, I don't know about like his range. Essentially, he seems to always play the same character.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like bald actors go, he's like number one in my book.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's got a twin brother.
Does he really?
Yeah. He's got a twin brother.
What's his name? Tim Diesel?
Probably Tim. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm going to remind you, I have the 10 questions here coming for you.
Yes. Let me sit up.
The 10 questions going to be coming soon. We're probably only about 45 minutes to an hour in. So we're trying to hit that 2 hour mark.
We're already 45 minutes in?
Probably. Yeah.
Man.
So back to your favorite movie.
Yes.
My favorite movie. Probably one of my favorite movies that was also yours. Black Panther.
Black Panther. How did that one slip my mind?
Yeah.
Yes. Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
loved Black Panther to me. Chadwick Boseman.
Mm-hmm.
Rest his soul.
Yes.
Great guy.
Amazing.
And I remember you're telling me that you're a big fan.
I am a big fan.
And I think it's the best Marvel movie. I don't care what anybody says.
It is.
It is the best. I was blown away. That's one of the only movies I could watch multiple times.
Yes. I think
that
that's how
and
we
X-Men. The original X-Men they did with
the original.
With Patrick Stewart.
Not The Last Stand. That's
the first X-Men they came out with. With what's Logan's? Who's that character? See, my brain is gone. Who plays Logan?
Who plays Hugh
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Yes.
So that one with that original one, you know, to me that's a classic. That one and Black Panther to me, and now all the Marvel movies, I can't even watch them.
Yeah,
they're just all the same. Maybe Iron Man, the first Iron Man was okay, but I can't watch them.
No,
they're just same thing
over and over.
Yeah,
every once in a while they hit a good storyline, but honestly, I don't know. It's so hard to keep up with those characters. It's like there's every single character that they introduce now has to have a movie. You know, there's so many like X-Men that don't have a movie.
Yeah. X-Men. I like. Yeah, there's so many, and now I don't like. You know what I don't like, and it's kind of random. They have not figured out how to do Hulk.
No?
I don't care. None of the movies look natural. None of the movies look right. Yeah. I would rather they just got a huge bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Huge. You know, find one that's like 6'8", huge.
Just paint them green.
And do like that rather than CGI, because they just can't get the CGI. There's not one that I thought that was good. None of them.
Isn't that what they tried to do originally?
Yeah, the original one was Lou Ferrigno, and then they had they did that. I was like, I'd rather you just go back to that
instead of
I believe that's a human. It's 100 times better than the CGI
right
that they're doing now.
They should be able to do that because that's what they do with the character from Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
he's actually in that suit, I believe.
Yeah. I believe
makeup is so good nowadays. I feel like
I'd rather they do that.
Yeah, that's actually something you could pitch to them.
I mean, I would rather they do that because the CGI is just not working.
Yeah. What don't you like about it? Like, what is it about it? It just looks fake.
It's fake. And it's not It's not like, okay, so they have Andy Serkis does he was in Black Panther, right? And he does a lot of character work, and they do like Schmeagol, right? That's not a human character. He is supposed to be human, but I believe that I could believe that character. I believe that CGI, but I don't know what it is about the Hulk, just never works for me, no matter what movie, doesn't matter which one. But maybe the one with Ed Norton, that was okay, maybe, but it just doesn't work for me at all. And none of the Hulks. They just have not been able to do Hulk right, where I said, yes, finally.
This was great.
You got Hulk right. But I seriously think that they should just go to just like the old school 70s. I guess it was in the 70s. The original when they had Lou Ferrigno playing a big monster.
Just go back to that.
Yeah, because it should have a human. Don't turn him all, because he's a human, right? And then they turn him into a CGI. That transformation. If he started off as a CGI character and he became a bigger CGI character, I'd say, okay, fine.
That would make sense. It would be a better transition.
Right? It'd be easier.
Yes. You're
always a CGI character. You take a human
and then switch him to CGI.
It's not working.
Is he the only CGI?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Hero?
In all of the X-Men's, probably. I think they might do some kind of manipulation with other ones. I can't.
Okay.
Probably they do some manipulation, but
now is he a hero or a villain? That's the thought that just popped up in my mind, because when he first Hulkatizes, right? Yeah. Like he's just tearing shit up.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, okay, so is he a villain? And then he has to get, a woman to bring him back down.
Yeah.
Behind every strong Hulk, there's a strong woman. Right. So, is he a villain or is he a hero? I've never really understood that part, because they make him.
It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of thing, probably.
Yeah.
Where they make him a hero more because they have to have him be part of like this group of X-Men kind of feeling thing where they're just trying to help save the world kind of feel.
Yeah, the Avengers.
Avengers. And they give him a hero feel. One day they're going to come out with a Hulk movie that I'm going to like, but it hasn't happened yet.
I
don't know. And I know, okay, here's the other things I remember about you. You are a big fan of Gambit.
Yes.
See, I remember things, man. I remember you like Black Panther. And it's been years. It's been like 2 years since I saw you at the recording studio. And then I saw you in Amsterdam. I met you in Amsterdam. And then that was pretty much it. We hung, maybe we hung out one time after that. But I remember little things, man, about people. I remember things because I care.
Yeah.
I care about people.
I was actually asking you. I remember I know you had a costume shop for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you have a Gambit costume that I could use for Halloween?
And I didn't.
You didn't have one. So
I was like, they didn't make that one yet. Yeah. They don't make, I didn't have that one yet. You have to go to like a cosplayer, some cosplay maker.
Something. I'm like, all I need is like really just playing cards.
Cause I was like, so you like Gambit, huh? Like, cool. Yeah. Gambit
is cool. Gambit, that's such a random guy to
it's like. It's a good one. I'd rather, somebody say Gambit than, like me out. If you ask me who's my favorite, I'd say like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Or Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is a great one.
Nightcrawler is probably, I'd say Nightcrawler and Wolverine, but I like Wolverine. I just like, it's probably more because of Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's just such a great actor.
He is.
He pulled it off.
Very good.
I don't know if anybody come in after him.
No, impossible. And he's one of the few that never switch.
Yeah.
Like I've seen characters where I think maybe even like Quicksilver or like Toad, but Wolverine has been the same person, the same guy through Origins, through every single production out there. And I think I don't know about you, but I'd say Wolverine Origins is probably my favorite film that he's done so far.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, I did see it. It is really good.
Yeah, the one where he's fighting Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It was.
Did you see the latest Deadpool versus Wolverine?
I did.
What'd you think?
I honestly Now I don't know if people are gonna hate me for saying this, but honestly, I just feel like Deadpool, like the character is just, it's too he's too sarcastic for me.
Right.
He's too sarcastic for me, like to the point it's funny for like the first 30 minutes and then I start to get like, okay, I'm a little annoyed now,
Yeah.
you know?
And Ryan Reynolds hams it up. Like he's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he doesn't, it's nonstop.
Ryan Reynolds, there's never, like he never takes a scene off.
Never.
It's the same. It's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He's got Mint Mobile, you know, he's doing the Mint Mobile commercials.
Oh, he is doing the Mint
I think
Mobile
he
commercials.
owns it. He's
Does he
like,
really?
he's part owner or something. He bought it early or he invested it in early. Now he's a billionaire or something.
He's all over the place.
He's apparently made a good, he doesn't even need to act anymore. And
Wow.
he's a good guy. He's the first Deadpool. I really like the Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a very sarcastic, but that's what he's supposed to be. But you know, after a while, it does get a little tiring. all part twos, all sequels, pretty much always suck nowadays. There's nothing you could do about it.
Nah, it's hard to follow up with those things.
Yeah.
Speaking of sequels, I don't know if this is a sequel to like Ryan Reynolds. Have you ever saw his performance when he sung Jodeci "Cry for You" with Justin Timberlake on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
No. Oh, back in the day?
Back in the day.
Oh, I haven't seen that clip.
Oh man, like that will blow your mind.
He's good.
He's a pretty good singer, which I never knew, but I just never pictured him singing a song by such a major R&B group that's like, you know, that involves a lot of like, you know, this is one of those slow songs. This is a song where babies are being made to.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 90s, I'm sure like most of the 90s kids were made to Jodeci.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of crazy to see him singing it at such a young age on stage with JT.
Yeah. Wow. I got to check that out. You know, I was a big fan of Boyz II Men and Belle Biv DeVoe. That's what I grew up on.
See,
you know,
love Philly.
one of my favorite karaoke songs is a cappella kind of too. How do I say goodbye to what we have?
I was going to sing the lyrics wrong.
Good times. I don't remember the lyrics, honestly, but it's one of my favorite.
Do you have auto-tune on these? Because do you just have it?
We should do if you ever need some backup vocals, man, I'll come in and do some. I put it down, man. I'm telling you.
I could use some
ad-libs. I'm a
ad-libs.
karaoke man. I'll do some karaoke. Like, I'll destroy people with my karaoke.
Man, I am down for that. I'm down for that.
I'm going to get into 10 questions.
Okay.
And then, because we'll chat after too.
Yeah.
And we talked about your acting, great actor, all the casting agents. I will vouch for the acting skills of this incredible human being.
Thank you.
He's first of all, great human, a great friend, and an amazing actor. And an amazing musician, and he's been to Amsterdam, which means he's cool. So, all right, we're gonna do 10 questions for you. This is the part of the show that everybody waits for. That's why I do it at the end, because then everybody has to watch.
Wait till the end to watch.
Luckily, there's not anything way to skip forward on videos. There's no way to skip forward.
I
right?
don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
Fast forward, yes.
Fast forward,
not skip.
Yeah, you can't fast forward. You
and
have
who
to watch.
would want to skip this?
Yeah. Plus, you would never know when to skip to. Right?
Yeah. When would you skip to?
10 questions. These are really bad questions usually, but they stir conversation.
Talk to me.
And they put you on the spot. These are questions I never put anybody on the spot, though.
Okay.
So I don't ask things that, these are pretty usually, they're simple, but they spawn all kinds of emotions and stuff. All right.
Okay.
Question number 1.
Gotcha.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
What would your mutant power be?
My mutant power would definitely be teleportation.
Oh.
Teleportation. Nightcrawler, right? It's just like, man, one, I don't like flying. I'm from New Jersey, so I have to go home a lot. And then 2, I don't want to like pay for flights. It's getting expensive, you know, taking a carry-on bag, paying $45 extra. So teleportation is it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. I'd be going into every bank. And I know they did that in the movie,
No.
right?
No, Alex.
No?
No.
Should I not admit to that?
Is that part going to be bleeped out?
I would not even need to. You would not even need to. You would not even need the money.
What would you need money for if you can teleport?
Yeah, you're teleporting. You just go. You do whatever you want, pretty much. Anyway, so I think wasn't there a movie where he goes in? Somebody teleports into a bank and then comes out.
Teleports into it. I don't.
It's probably not even a. I don't think it's even a. It's not like Nightcrawler. Some other movie where somebody could just jump in. I have like a vague memory of something like that.
I know what you're talking about. It's not coming back to me. But fun fact about Nightcrawler that I remember, he can teleport from here to China if he wants to, because he can see where he's going. But he can't necessarily teleport through walls because he can't see through the walls. So now he might end up inside of the wall. But as long as he can see his path, he can teleport. So I remember on X-Men, he had to go through into like the lair of like Professor Xavier.
Right. Yeah.
But he was nervous and he prayed because he couldn't see where he was going. And he could end up in like Mars.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Don't want to be doing that. So it's not all it's not all fun and games teleporting.
No.
There's rules.
Now you're making me, I don't know if I should change my answer.
No, you can't. Teleportation is probably the best.
Okay.
I think it's a pretty good one.
Can you do like an edit where I teleport out to seat?
You'd be like,
snap.
That would actually be
LA
cool.
traffic. Traffic.
if I had editing skills, I could probably do it. Just have you like go
boom.
That would be sick.
That would be sick. Just a cloud like a
and
cloud.
And then like, hey, Lenny's gone. We lost him. He does this all the time. Everybody.
Yeah.
He teleports out. You got to work with you can't have a teleporter on a podcast anymore these days.
Yeah.
They just teleport out when they don't like a question.
When they don't like it.
All right. I think that was a good one. Teleporting.
I like that.
A really good one. Yeah. Okay. We'll like that one. We're going to move on to question number 2. Hard-hitting questions. All right. You're going to adopt a puppy.
Okay.
What breed are you going for?
That's a good question. I'm going to start asking that on first dates. But if I'm going to adopt a puppy, honestly, I'm probably going to go with a German Shepherd just because I was so scared of them as a kid. It was the most intimidating dog to me that it's almost like conquering a fear in a way. I'm not afraid of them anymore, but it's almost like conquering a fear.
Yeah. Yeah. German Shepherds they're
intimidating.
They are protectors.
Yes.
I walked my friend's German Shepherd, and this pup was like protecting me, looking left, right, back, forward, up, down, up at me, down, straight, left, on it at all times. And you know what I found? I was in Germany, and I expected their German Shepherds to look like German Shepherds that we know in the United States.
They didn't.
So I'm like, they must look like pure breed German Shepherd.
Right.
They don't look anything like the American German Shepherd.
No.
At least the ones I saw. They're completely different looking.
That's how it usually goes.
Why? They're German Shepherds. They should look like the ones here in the United States.
Yeah.
Are like these beautifully bred. I don't know what we're doing in the United States, but I went to Germany. I'm expecting them to look like German Shepherds.
That's what America does.
They're like thinner. They have longer legs over there. I might be wrong. Fact check me. I probably I saw but the ones I saw didn't look like our German Shepherds.
They don't look like ours. See, I don't know. I mean,
I was disappointed.
That's just one thing. Like imagine like the shocker when I found out you can't go to Italy and get like chicken Alfredo. Like it doesn't even exist. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You guys don't know pasta?
Yeah. Give me a pepperoni pizza.
Give me a pepperoni pizza. Come on. Where is the Papa John's?
I don't want any gelato. Give me some of that. Give me ice cream.
Yeah. Give me thrifty.
And don't charge me $48 for this much gelato, please. I know I'm a tourist. I'm a dumb tourist. But, they got to charge. They got to overcharge you.
Exactly.
So you said German Shepherd. Okay, that's a very good answer.
Yes.
German Shepherd. Your answer is locked in.
Locked in.
This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You're going to lock that answer in. Okay, for
That's
$1
my
million,
final answer.
reveal the answer. German Shepherd. You win $1 million. Good job. Okay. I always want. I probably some people have fast twitch memory. They could just get answered right away. Mm-hmm. But me, no, that's not happening with me.
No,
I can't do on any of those shows where you have to think of things fast. Forget it. I'm done.
Who are you calling if you have to phone a friend?
Oh, I'm calling you, man. Of course.
Calling me?
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you.
like, Lenny, I need to know what is the ingredient for chicken Alfredo.
For chicken Alfredo?
You'd be like, hey, honestly, bro, I can't help you.
I'd be like,
yeah.
Click. Hang up the phone.
I guess I wasted on that one, but I'm going to have to guess. I'm going to go with D.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with D.
Imagine it goes to voicemail when you call me.
Yeah. I wonder if that's probably never happened. It's probably they know that you're about to call, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go number 3.
All right.
So your third answer,
3.
Wow, I only asked you 2 questions.
That's it?
See what happens? We talked about German Shepherds. We ended up at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question. All right, number 3. Favorite decade of music?
Favorite decade?
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the aughts.
Easy. 90s.
90s.
90s, 100%.
Is that because of the grunge or the R&B? What part of it what do you like the most of it?
It's the R&B and it's the nostalgia that it brings. Like growing up in the 90s, now this music wasn't necessarily made for us as children in the 90s. I was born in 92. I'm sure, ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Wasn't made for 7-year-old kids, but it's something that we remember. We remember the videos. We remember the sitting in the back seat and hearing the tunes, and it brings you back to just riding down the streets of New Jersey, and it just I can picture it now. So 90s for me, honestly, I also think it was the best music because now before the 90s. You think about the 80s, it was still kind of upbeat, but the 90s just had that like soul to it. Like, man, you think of like Jodeci, you think of 112, you think of Aaliyah, you got all the heavy hitters from the 90s. And it's like, those are people that no one forgets and they're still popular. And if, I know you're not a big social media person, you don't have a social media presence on like Instagram and TikTok, but like all of the 90s songs are like going viral with kids from like the later 2000s now. There's a TikTok dance from Jodeci from, I forget their song, the name of the song, but like their song has millions and millions of more views on Spotify because of this trend. So imagine like you now have kids who weren't even born when he made the song are now making your song a lot more money.
Makes sense.
Right.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So 90s all.
Yeah, that makes sense. And usually they say 20 years passes for things to come back.
Right.
So it's right now is the mark. It's like 20 years, 1995, 2024, 2024. Yeah. I'm like, what year are we in? So it's like around 20 years, things come back. Grunge kind of came back a little bit. Bell bottoms came back in the 90s. That's 20 years. So things come back. Usually it's 15, 20 years. That makes sense.
Why do you think that is?
It's just like probably the kids, like you grew up with listening to the music. Mm-hmm. So the nostalgia at the time when you start making your own money and you start working and getting out your own 30s usually, you start yearning for the music that you listen to like in your mid 20s. So you probably were listening to the music and you're 5, 7 or 8 years old. You start first forming real memories that you remember. And then 20 years pass, add 20 years on top of that or so. Usually you start wanting, hey, I want to hit that music back up again. Because you remember listening to in your car with your
Yeah.
parents driving, your friends, or so there's got to be something like 20. They say about 20 years. So in
Interesting.
about in 20 years or so, we're going to start hearing the TikTok music again. You know, like. Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
You've been throwing down some vocals
Yeah,
tonight.
man. I wish I want to like do like a pod where we just do karaoke, but we'd get flagged, so I can't really do the background music.
Oh, yeah. We would get flagged.
I'd get
but
flagged because I want to do some singing.
probably be so worth it, though.
No, we're gonna do karaoke after we shut this pod off because I got a karaoke studio in the other room.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll show it off to you. First time at my house, right?
First time.
Yeah,
First
All right,
time.
well,
and what a nice house it is.
Oh, happy! Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
This is gonna be an amazing pod. We got Amber alerted, you know, in the middle of the pod.
I know.
Amber alert.
Amber alert.
Hopefully the cameras are rolling right now. We're gonna have to redo the whole thing.
Oh, I really hope so.
All right, we're on. It took us 45 minutes to get to 3 questions.
3 questions.
It's awesome.
Are we on 3 or 4?
Oh yeah, we're on. We just did 3.
We just did 3.
So this is
Okay.
4. All right, number 4. Let's go to number 4. Scarface or Goodfellas?
Scarface.
100%.
Scarface, yes. Like, I always say my alter ego is definitely like a gangster
Yeah.
or a mobster just because I don't know. I feel like I'm the complete opposite. So, I mean, I just would love to just kick the door in and be like, who wants to go sleeping with the fishes? Like that. Like, I would love to just say that line. And I mean, I gotta go Scarface. Dude,
Good pick.
dude is bad. Like,
Say hello
to my little friend. Like, come on. How can you not want to be Scarface?
All of you want to come here and make me the bad guy. Say goodbye to the bad guy.
Come on.
You know who does a great Scarface impression? Tom Cruise.
Does he really?
Yeah. I've seen a video of him do it. He's really good.
I gotta look it up. I haven't seen him do it.
Yeah.
I would
It's
definitely
probably out
challenge him.
there. I saw, oh yeah, you're good.
I would challenge him.
You can do Tony Montana?
I can do Tony Montana.
Hey.
I thought honestly, I wanted my name to be Tony growing up. I used to really want to be Italian
Yeah.
because I love Italian food.
Me too. I grew up like wanting to be an Italian.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
we have
Because
so many
when I was growing up,
similarities.
people didn't know what an Armenian was
Yeah.
in school. And now everybody knows. Everybody knows what an Armenian is.
Yes.
But I grew up in the 80s. So outside of my Armenian school, nobody knew what an Armenian was. So I tell people I was Italian.
Okay.
Like my American friends
Yeah.
outside of my Armenian school, I'd be like, hey, I'm Italian. They'd be like, oh, okay, you're Italian. I'm like,
Yeah.
Italian, yeah. And then I have to like fess up. They come to my house, you know, and then my parents be like,
wait a minute.
you guys are Italian, you're Armenian. I'm like, Italian, Armenian, same thing, you know.
Yeah, they're like, there's no Italian food here. They were expecting to get, some like homemade sauce, some
Yeah. Scarface is good. Scarface is good.
Scarface. Yeah.
Take Scarface. It's a tough one. But you answered that pretty quick. So
I
that
did.
wasn't that difficult. You know?
I know. I'm
trying to hit the hard hitting
question.
questions. So
It gets progressively harder though, right?
yeah,
As we go
and
down.
progressively dumber.
Okay.
Dumber probably. These are like grade level, like kindergarten questions almost. You know?
It's okay.
Scarface or Goodfellas.
It's nighttime, so
Yeah,
the later
they're
we
good.
get,
Yeah, I make them really easy. Okay, here we go. You're in a zombie apocalypse. This is question number 5. You're in a zombie apocalypse. You have a choice of a handgun, a shotgun, or a bow and arrow as your one weapon that you have, and that's going to be like your staple.
shotgun, handgun, or bow and arrow.
Yeah, you can only have one.
You can only have one.
It's more like that's your style too.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm not in Game of Thrones, and I'm not Robin Hood, so I'm gonna leave the bow and arrow at home this time.
Okay.
I'm honestly gonna go with the handgun. The shotgun is too slow. I'm gonna have to keep reloading. It's more powerful, right? It will definitely blow those zombies off the feet. But man, by the time I get to reload,
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'm a goner. So I'm going with the handgun. It's easy to carry. I can run faster.
Yeah.
And I can get a few more shots in. And honestly, I feel like I would just look cooler. Like imagine if I like just dive to the side and I'm just like pow, 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 pow.
Yeah.
Like,
But you want two. You could have two.
I can have two?
You could have two.
If I can have two, then handgun all day. I can
you could do
a
the
little
twirl.
dive and a little,
Twirl it.
I can twirl it on my fingers and and then spin it and put it in my pocket and then blow it off when I'm done.
Yeah,
Like,
handgun. Okay. Yeah.
handgun all the way.
It's a tough one. I'd probably go handgun too, because like you said, you could be faster. You have to lug that big shotgun. You have more shots. Yeah, I think handgun's the way, you know.
Interesting.
All right, we'll go with handgun. We're going to lock that answer in. Judges? Handgun.
Handgun
is
it
the
is.
right answer.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm on my way to be a
I love
millionaire.
these answers that have no wrong answers, you know. Okay, let's move on. Let's keep going because we're probably at an hour and a half already.
Okay.
And we're going. We might break all records. I think our record for longest pod is an hour 36.
Hour 36.
And we're probably over it already.
This was honestly my goal when I
So
walked in.
you're
I
like,
said-
I'm going an hour 38.
I was like, we're going.
If you had to guess how long we've gone, how long do you think we've gone?
So far,
Yeah.
including the Amber Alert.
Depending, you could take plus or minus a minute or two.
Okay.
So let's say including.
I would say at least an hour and 20. At least maybe an hour and 5. Hour and 5.
Hour and 5. I'm gonna say we're way over.
Way over that?
We're like an hour and 26 right now.
Time is flying.
Yeah, when you're having fun.
Yeah.
We'll know. We're gonna see who got it right. Our bodies. I'm not usually at an hour and 20. I'm drowsy. I'm not that drowsy yet, so it might be more like an hour 16. I'm changing my answer.
Hour 6. Okay.
I'm
Earl Grey
going
does
hour
have
16.
caffeine.
Hour 18.
Hour 18. That sounds about
So
okay.
you're locking in an hour 6.
I'm locking in an hour 6.
Okay.
6.5.
Okay. We're gonna see. All our viewers are gonna be waiting, and we're gonna find out. Okay. Next question. Here we go. We took a little break. Next question.
I'm ready.
We ran out of number. We're not even numbering them. They're just questions at this point.
Yeah.
All right. One of your dream roles to play in a movie. I don't know. This is kind of vague, general.
My dream role.
Is there a dream role? Is that a question that could even be answered? What's a dream role? Like, how about a dream character?
I know this one.
Yeah. All right,
I
let's
know
see.
this one. I actually have an answer for dream role too.
Okay.
So we talked about the question Scarface or Goodfella. And Scarface is one of my favorite movies because my alter ego, I would say, is that of a gangster in a way. So I would honestly like to play in one of those roles. That would be my dream role, to be like a mobster or to be a gangster. However, the roles that always get cast as are usually office type, business type, lawyer type. So I don't give off. I thought about maybe getting a face tattoo so I can, so maybe I can be a little bit more intimidating, and I don't know. I don't know what to get on my face, but
Definitely not a Mike Tyson one.
not a Mike Tyson. I don't know about the drag. It looks like it hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't want that guy coming after me. He's
Yeah.
scary. So, but I'm going to go gangster role. And if I had to choose one, I would probably do American gangster and do the same role that Denzel Washington did. In
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie.
Oh, I
that
love that
was
movie.
a great
Shit.
movie. Man,
Denzel's on a different level.
different level. Man,
Like Training Day.
Yeah.
I love Training Day.
Training Day.
That was so cool. He's badass.
Dude, Training Day. It's such a crazy end too when he gets shot up at the end.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
man,
He
went
got what he
down.
deserved.
He did. He went down like a gangster though.
He did. Yeah.
He did, but man.
I just love how I could watch him in anything, man. He gives like good commencement speeches too.
Does he really?
He goes to like colleges and universities and gives, like graduation speeches.
Yeah.
And he tries to inspire the students, and he actually does. And I'm like, watch his videos.
He sounds just like the movies, doesn't he?
He goes up there. I'm like, how did they get Denzel?
Yeah.
Denzel, like they probably just called him up like, hey, we'll just try Denzel. And Denzel's like, yeah, I'll come and do it. No
Yeah.
problem. They're like, really?
Does it for free.
And some like, unknown high school, like probably
Yeah.
or some college that nobody knows about. He's like, I'll come and do it. No problem.
What a guy.
Yeah. Cool guy. He I seen videos like TikTok, or not like viral videos that go around where he's just driving around and people come up to him and he'll like lower the window and he's just like nice and talking to them.
And talks to him.
I would not think that about Denzel. I think he's like, oh, I'm such a huge actor. I'm such a celeb, and he doesn't act that way.
No.
He's really nice.
And he's been with the same woman for a very long time, his wife. And I feel like that shows a lot about his character in itself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's been a love interest in so many things, and he's still with the same woman, loving her, you know, completely. So I'm like, good guy, at least from what I see.
Yeah, and he was like, you remember the Will Smith slap, right? At the Oscars? Oh, it was at the Oscars, right?
Yeah.
So when the cameras shut off and they were in a commercial break, it was Denzel who went up to Will Smith and like tried to talk to him. There's a shot of the wide shot of the audience.
Yeah.
Denzel was going up to Will Smith going, hey man, trying to like calm him down and everything.
Yeah.
Because that's his character. There's a bunch of celebs there,
Yeah.
but Denzel was the one
that's
he probably has some rapport with him, they know each other and stuff, but
right.
it was Denzel who, there's a video of it, there's Denzel going up to Will Smith after the slap going,
to calm
hey,
him down.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
Wow. I thought he might have walked up and did the training day and like,
yeah, he said,
you think you can do this to me?
Yeah. Hey, if you ever slap me.
Yeah, slap me one more time, one more again.
All right. Next question, really quick. You'll know this one.
All right.
Because I know your favorite role, you said you do like a gangster, American gangster style. Very
role.
good. Yeah, me too. I'd probably do the same.
Nice.
All right. Gambit versus Cyclops. Who wins?
Versus Cyclops?
Yeah.
The guy who can't see who can't open his eyes without Ray-Bans on. I'm going to go Gambit.
Gambit?
I'm going to go Gambit. I mean,
you just go.
He can go, but I mean, Gambit, like, he can fly.
Yeah.
People don't know. He can take his little wand and fly. He can flick it, and go helicopter mode. He can turn anything into a bomb. Anything. Playing cards. I don't know why he chose a deck of playing cards, but he can turn anything. Oh, he's a gambler. That's right. Yeah. He's a gambler. So, but I mean, Gambit all day. Cyclops? No.
Cyclops, I feel bad for Cyclops. Sometimes I'm like,
yeah. Would you pick him? Would you pick Cyclops?
No. Probably not. Yeah, I'd probably go Gambit too. But
I'd go Gambit.
But Cyclops got that. I mean, that shit'll hurt.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we just lost our I can't say shit.
Oh, we can't?
Apparently, but not yet. I'm not monetized yet, so I can say whatever we want right now.
Oh.
So no worries.
Oh, so we're good.
I just go beep 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 beep. Plus, everybody's already tuned out at this point, and nobody hears it. But their algorithm sees the word.
And it's gonna.
Okay, so you went with Gambit. All right, lock that answer in. Gambit. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Mm-hmm. This is the last question. You can work with any film director, alive or dead. Who would it be?
Film director. Oh, that is a good question. Am I supposed to take this long answering this question?
Any director.
Any director, I would probably have to say, so this is actually one of those things that I'm kind of embarrassed about especially being an actor, is that because I'm a little bit newer to the industry, I'm learning a lot about directors and producers and like the names behind the scenes now. But I'm also learning that like a lot of the actors are directing the scenes. So I can't say I have a full answer on like which director I would work with, but I more so know what actors I would probably work with over directors.
Yeah, what's some actors that you'd love to work with?
I would say I would definitely love to work with Denzel. I think Denzel's an amazing actor. He's in some of the, best movies that I've ever seen. And I would say, but if I had to name the top 5, I would have to go Denzel. I would probably have to throw Leo in there, Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, the man won an Emmy Emmy's right.
Emmy is for TV or no? Emmys? What's the Emmys for?
Emmys.
Oscars?
Oscar.
He won. Then Golden Globe.
Golden Globe. I think he won an Oscar for The Revenant, if I'm not mistaken. The one role where he didn't speak. So I have to go Leo. I would probably also work with probably Hugh Jackman. Got to go with the Wolverine as well. And then I'm kind of struggling with the last two. Honestly, like those three for me, like
that's good ones. Those are good ones.
My life would just be like made there.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I probably want to work with Hugh Jackman too, man. If he going back to Wolverine and Deadpool movie, if you watch that ever again, just watch Hugh Jackman's reactions to something, let's say Deadpool is saying or another actor is saying. Mm-hmm. He's sitting there, he's full on acting while his reactions are insane. Just his face. He's not even in the scene. Other people are talking, and just his facial expressions when he's like listening.
Yeah.
He's full on acting, even if he's not acting in the scene.
He's still acting.
This reaction. That's why we have this podcast split up where you could see my reactions to you, because it's all about reactions. It's all about watching how the person reacts to something you're saying.
Right.
In those podcasts that switch, no offense to them. You know, you guys are great because you're doing the podcast. You know, you're doing it, and everybody's all love. But I like seeing reactions. I don't like when cameras are always switching. I don't like the switching.
Makes you dizzy.
It's dizzy. I like watching it because the reactions are very. Hugh Jackman's reactions are insane.
Yes,
it's like, you're gonna learn a lot, you know. All right, that was it. 10 questions. You got through it.
Great question.
You're still. Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
Yes.
You got through it unscathed, and you did good.
Thank you.
I think you did good. I'm gonna give you 9.5.
9.5.
9.5. Yeah.
I will accept that.
Because I want a little room for improvement, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because with some of them, fast,
like almost there, but.
You're 9.5. That was
9.
great.
5.
I think that's high. That's pretty high. That's probably.
I'll take
So if I give you a 10, you'd be like, I have nothing, So next time, you go on a podcast and you get 10 questions, you'd be like, I got to work, I got to.
Right.
Yeah. But that was really good. Thank you for answering those.
Thank you for
excellent.
those.
You've been an excellent guest. And you're not even a guest, man. You're one of my buds. I haven't seen in a while, and I'm so happy. Yeah. I've said this in other podcasts, I've been calling people up that I haven't chatted with in a while, and mostly actors, because I have a lot of actor friends, a lot of people in the industry, musicians I know, and people I met that I'm like, let me reconnect with people. Yeah. And this podcast has given me like the perfect vehicle for that.
Right.
So I really appreciate you getting back to me and coming out here from LBC. And LBC represent. And I think we've had a good pod.
Yeah.
We're going to get 1 million hits.
1 million hits. Honestly, I'm calling it.
Manifest all the views.
I'm calling it.
And we're sagging. See, like how we sag?
We sag.
I've sagged all the way down.
We're down here.
The podcast has gone long by how low we get.
How low we get. Honestly, I can feel the chair getting warmer and warmer. And I'm like, okay.
This chair is like 400 degrees at this point.
400 degrees. I think
Last question. You have a guitar, yeah?
I do have a guitar.
What's your guitar?
So I have it's a Fender.
Fender Strat.
It's a Fender, but I actually had to sell it.
Oh no.
I sold it because I was moving and I didn't have enough room to take it on the plane with me.
Oh, okay.
So I sold it and I haven't gotten a new one since. But I've been actually hiring guitarists to play for me.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Maybe we can do a jam session.
Yeah. We're going to go into our jam studio after this. Yeah. So we're going to sign off for now. And we're going to put in your IG and all your information on the screen here. And anything, we'll give you the last words. And then we'll say sayonara for the night. And you got the last word. You have the pod. You have the pod right now. All of the internet.
Last word. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for watching. It's a wrap. And we'll see you on the next one. Like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Like and subscribe. Thank you again for being here. Appreciate you. And we'll see you all again soon.
Thank you so much.
Right. Hell yeah. That was fun.